Hey everyone, it's Becky. I'm doing this video in response to Katie, which is FairyTaleCraftss here on YouTube. She's doing a captured fairy challenge, and I came across this because she made a comment on the wood piece that I did for Jen, which is Oak Tree Vibrations, with a fairy in it for her fairy challenge for Fairy Day. So they're both doing the challenge for Fairy Day on June 24th. And she asked me, or she says, why don't you come over and join? So, and I was having a lot of fun with the fairies, so I decided to join, and I've never done a fairy jar, so, and this was really fun to make, kind of a little bit of a challenge, just because I didn't really know what I was doing, so it was still fun anyways. For her rules, and I'm not quite sure because I didn't write him down, so don't quote me, but I'll put the link below to her challenge video so you guys can see. I'll put it down in the description box. One of them was to use stickles or like glitter, and then use or do a tag with the name of the fairy, the date it was captured, in the location, and then like a little jar of fairy dust, like your own, or put glitter in it or whatever, and hang it or put it inside, and then also use a fairy and lace. So that's what I did, and I think that was all the rules, but be sure to check out the challenge video if you haven't, to make sure, I guess. And so anyways, this is one of those ragu bottles, and I was trying to use one of those canning bottles, you know, with it was etched, the label was etched into the glass, and it wasn't working, it didn't look right. So I ended up just using like a ragu bottle, and I've never done one of these before, so I didn't really know how to like place everything. So, and I tried to watch a couple of YouTube videos. I didn't see any like tutorials really. So I just kind of looked at the placement, I guess, of stuff. So, you know, I seen people doing stuff on the back, and then, you know, Katie, in her videos shows, you know, she's got like a background. So that's what I did. I just used this paper. I used Fairy Rhymes, Prima Fairy Rhymes, and I used this one, and this is just a 6x6 pad. And I cut it down, you know, to fit the back of the jar. And then I Mod Podged the front of it, and then I put it on the jar, and then I put a layer of Mod Podge on the back, and it kind of buckled a little bit, and I couldn't get it out, so it kind of stayed. I tried to see if I could cover it up with some glitter, but it didn't work. So before the Mod Podge dried, I put some glitter down, sprinkled some glitter on it, and then on the inside I put some glossy accents. I just took an old paintbrush and kind of painted it on the inside. And then I poured some of the glitter that I used is that Glamour Dust by, I think it's Deco Art. And so I poured some in here and then shook it around so the glossy accents would catch it, but it was a really thick layer, so I took my paintbrush and, you know, kind of wiped it off just so it was a thin layer. You could still see the paper. And then I took some of this, and I got this at the Dollar Tree, and it's like moss, and it's like branches. It's got some bark in it, so I put some hot glue on the bottom, and then I pushed down with like something flat. I think I used like my ruler and mushed it down, and then it came up in the back, so I just kind of left it like that. And then I sprinkled more of that glitter in there. You can't really tell anymore. I think it's all settled to the bottom. I put some of these rocks down, which I used on that wood. I don't know if you guys can really see, but there's like a really big blue one, and then there's these ones. And then I kind of struggled with this because I couldn't get my hand inside, so I had to use tweezers and stuff like that. So it was kind of hard. I don't know how it's normally supposed to be done, but I don't know. And then I put these like little branches, like flower vines in, and these are just from Hobby Lobby, and I had these for my flowers for my wedding, so I just cut them down and stuck them in there. And then there's like little branches right there and right there, you know, just here and there. And that I got from the Dollar Tree too. It's those really big packages of like branches. I don't know. It's like supposed to be for home decor. So I just cut the tops of a couple of those off and stuck them in there. And then I put the fairy in. And I kind of did the same thing with this fairy. I sprayed her with the Lindy's cotton candy pink and then the My Mojito green. And I heat set her, you know, between the two colors. And then I put glossy accents on her wings and put some more glitter. And so she kind of, that's the color she kind of turned out kind of cool. And then there's this little flower from Craft Supplies 1. And then this is a butterfly, and I got this idea from Armador. I think that's his name. He's here on YouTube. And he did a tag, and he like used the stems from the flowers to put the butterflies on, so it was like a spring. So I used some jewelry wire and glued the butterfly down, and I just fussy cut that butterfly from the paper, and I used tin foil tape on the back, so you know you can bend it, and also on this one's from the paper too. And then I put some of that mesh bling in the center, just cut two little pieces of it and put it in the middle, and that's from Craft Supplies 1. And then on this one I used some just little tiny wire that I had in my stash for the little antennas, and I did the same thing with the aluminum foil tape and glued it to that rock. And then I think that's it. And I told you about the glitter for the inside. I just sprinkled it in there. And I just popped her in there, kind of. Hopefully she won't move, because I'm shipping this to you, Katie, so hopefully it comes in one piece. And then on the back, before I did the little rosettes, I put this lace down, and this is from Craft Supplies 1. And I did it just on the three sides that you could see, so the edges of the paper wasn't exposed. And then this is rosette trim from Lavish Laces, and I just glued it down like that and left it because I thought it kind of gave it a cute shabby look. And I did it on the top of the lid. I did paint the lid antique white, just to kind of, so you couldn't really see it poking out from the rosettes. And I glued the rosettes, and then before I did the rosettes though, I did the little string, and I put this tag on it from the paper, and it says Fairy Whispers. And then there's this little charm or trinket that I had from Prima. And I don't remember what collection this is, but it's got a little butterfly in it, so I thought that was really cute. And then there's my fairy dust. And then there's her information. I named her Abella, and I actually looked this up online because I couldn't think of a name. So I like Googled fairy names, and I got this site, and I'll have to put it below because it has a whole bunch. But it says Abella, and the meaning of it on that site was the beautiful. And then the date captured, which was yesterday, June 15th, and then the location, which is Logan, Utah,